Hello everyone. My hat looks terrible, but I am going to read the book chapter by chapter. Red Mountain by Boo Walker. And I have read so far 11 chapters. And my idea is to just sit with the horse tied, either with some hay to munch on or just have them stand tied on their own and read a chapter a day and give a review of what I think of the chapter. And then by the time I'm done reading the book, what I think my opinion of the book was from cover to cover. So if you would like to read along, The Red Mountain, my friend bought it for me on Amazon as a New Year's Eve gift tradition thing that we do. It is a culture gift tradition that I read about and asked my friend if she would like to do it because she really likes books. And so that's what we do. We pick each other out a book and then we read it on Christmas Eve. So like I said, I've read to chapter 11 so far. So far the book is really good. It's about this old man, Otis. He has a winery in Red Mountain, and he has lost his sense of smell and taste. I should probably say this is definitely going to be a spoiler. If you are wanting to read the book and not know what happens, please stop watching the video. But if you are interested, continue watching. So far in the book, there's been several people or characters. The first chapter was about Otis, and he was married for a very long time, and his wife died, so he's a widower. And basically what he has left is doing his winery, and now he has lost his sense of taste and smell. And I just thought it was a funny line in the book where he said that he was talking to God, and he said, "Please don't take my wine away from me. It's all that I have. You might as well kill me now." So I thought that was kind of a sadly funny line. Then there's a family that is a famous family. The dad was a musician and the mother was a supermodel. They have two kids, a little boy who's like super smart and a daughter who is 17, trying to find her way out in the world, and she has a crush on her high school teacher, and they end up making out. Then there is a woman who is a divorcee, and she despises her ex-husband and she fantasizes about killing him. So that was an interesting chapter. And then there is a gentleman who is really good friends with Otis, and he has been told by Otis that he's losing his sense of taste and smell, so he needs help to find out what the wine needs for the year and keeping it a secret. Otis has an aunt who has come into town and is hooking him up with someone because she feels he's been lonely for too long. He didn't think he would like the person that she was going to set him up with. Then it turns out that he does like her, and they're going to go out to dinner. And the last chapter was the divorcees. She has a son who is a very talented piano player, and he just got hurt in school and was taken to the hospital, so I'm not sure what's going to happen with him. And the girl that made out with the teacher told her that it was wrong, they shouldn't have done that, and he wants to stop what was going to happen from happening and end this unprofessional relationship that they were going to have. And she is going out with the high school jock, and she was upset, and the high school jock was trying to find out why she was upset, and of course she wasn't going to tell him. He ends up beating up the kid that was the piano player and is the reason why he's in the hospital. And that is as far as I have read so far. Now I am in chapter 11, and the title is called The Tale of Two Fathers. So I'm going to sit here with Catalina and Sierra. She's in the corner. And I'm going to read chapter 11, and then I'll let you know how I felt about it by the end. Okay, so chapter 11, The Tale of Two Fathers, was about Brooke. Brooke is the gentleman that helps Otis, and it turns out that the reason why he helps Otis is because Otis helped Brooks a long time ago when he was young. So Brooke was in the foster care system, and he never got adopted, and he ended up running away because, typical story, foster parents, not good. So he runs away from that situation, and he basically becomes a homeless teen who gets into panhandling, stealing, lying, slinging drugs. He did a couple of honest gigs here and there, but mostly he lived on the streets. He started in Southern California and ended up in Central Park. Central Park, he was sitting on a bench when Otis, it doesn't say why he was in Central Park, but Otis was there and sat on the bench with him. And he said that he tried to ignore him, but Otis was really good with words and would sweep you into a conversation whether you wanted to or not. And he said that Otis started to tell his story. And it turns out that Otis had a son who passed away. And he said that basically he made his life comparison to Brooke's homeless life, which is what caught his attention. And then he ended up letting Brooks know that he could help him out. And if Brooks would clean himself up, this gave him a business card, told him to give him a call. He would send him plane fare and would take him to the desert part of Washington and teach him how to make wine. So a month later, that's exactly what Brooks did. Oh, and he's telling his story to the Rolling Stones because the wine has become famous now, and so they were wanting his story of how he became this famous winemaker. So anyway, he tells his story of growing up and then going to the winery, learning about the wine, how to make the wine. Then the Rolling Stone people leave, and this girl that is a personal assistant, she's a nanny, a cook, a house cleaner. She's basically do what I need for the rich family where the mom is a supermodel and the dad is a magician. And she has agreed to go out with Brooks, and so they had lunch and had a very good time, and by the end of their lunch they have their first kiss. And then as the day goes on, or it just says after a long day, so I'm assuming it's after the Rolling Stones article comes out. I'm not really sure. Kind of confusing because I still don't know what happened to the boy that went to the hospital. But anyway, as Brooks is finished riding his motorcycle, a car pulls in behind him, and the man gets out of the car, and it turns out to be his father. So now the dad says that he's not looking for anything. He just wants to apologize for not being there for him when he was growing up, and he was staying in town for a couple of days, and if Brooke would like to please get in contact with him so that they could talk about things and that the father could apologize for everything that had happened. So that is chapter 11. Chapter 12 is about Margaret 2.0. And Margaret is the one that is the divorcee, and her son is the one that's in the hospital. So hopefully it'll tell us what happened with her son. But that is chapter 12. So from now on, what I'm going to do is I'm going to read the chapters and then just post them all at once instead of doing individual videos, because they probably are not going to be very long if I'm just going to read the chapter and review it. And then I'll just put them all together and make it maybe once a week. I will post the chapters I'm reading and how the book is going. Hope you guys enjoyed it. Did get an update on the barn. Super excited. They are finishing up one barn and then they're supposed to come here. They were thinking maybe they would deliver the material today, but they didn't want it to be out in the weather and getting wet, and tomorrow it's supposed to rain. So we haven't heard from them today, and I'm assuming that's why. So they said that the contractor is supposed to show up tomorrow to look over things and make sure the ground is dry enough, because we've been getting some rain. So that's exciting. So there will be those videos as well. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll talk to you again next time. Bye!